Thanks for joining us today. My name is Mike Marshall, and I am on the product and sales team over here at Benzinga. Over the next 20-30 minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys some of the features and some of the power that Benzinga Pro offers. What we're also going to do is show you guys different ways to follow the smart money that most of the larger funds on Wall Street are investing. And right here on the Benzinga Pro platform is a great way to track those funds. If you have not, I would love it if you guys could go to the website that you guys see right here, and you guys can register for a free trial of the platform while we demo this for you guys. So what you guys would do is you just fill out your first name, last name, valid phone number, email, and password, and then just hit request access. After you do so, you can then go to the login section, which is right next to it. Same URL, just /login, and you guys can fill out your the email that you just used as well as the password that you just created. And what that will do is that will bring you to a page that looks like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get into my settings and I'm going to turn off this scrolling ticker at the bottom. I've been told that there is a little bit of lag when that does show up during the demos. So I'm just going to turn those off, and you can do that, access that by your settings. And just a little bit about the platform before we dive in. This platform does automatically save, so you don't need to hit save or anything like that. So if you wanted to set up a few different filters, you could do so. And what you would do is go ahead and set those filters, and you could log out of the platform. You could log right back in, and your filters and everything will still be set up the exact same way. If you, the only way you're going to delete the saved work is by hitting the X in the top right corner or hitting the X right here, right up here by the workspace. We could also rename these workspaces if we wanted to. So filtered news, we could set up this one as our details page, and so on. So if you wanted to customize the platform exactly how to best leverage your investment style, you could do so. Last thing I want to say, this webinar is for you guys. So please drop in any questions into the chat. Let me know what I could possibly do. Usually here with me is Brent Slava, right in the middle, in the thick of earnings season. He was unable to step away from his desk, so you guys just have me. I know that he does provide a lot of extra color, so he will be joining us again next week, but he is unable to drop some knowledge on us today. So just giving you guys a quick overview of the platform, and then I will show you guys how to take a deeper dive to follow your favorite hedge funds and portfolio managers and see what their portfolio looks like and when they make moves, how it affects their portfolio, etc. So, what I am doing for you guys is just showing you guys things. None of this is intended for you guys to make buy-sell decisions. What you guys see here is the filters option here on the Benzinga Pro newsfeed. So you can get to the newsfeed just by selecting the newsfeed. If you wanted to customize the filters to your strategy, you would just select the word filters up here in the top right. You might wonder what these three boxes that are outlined red. You can just come over here to the settings, set up these themes. So if I wanted some themes to come in, such as, we'll just say, options coming in as, green is fine, and then we could do rumors as purple. You know, you could customize your feed just like that. If you wanted to make the headline height larger or smaller, you could do so just like that. And now you see that these boxes are outlined as well. So if we wanted to filter out our feed to only see, you know, options or rumors or hot information, say some IPOs in different offerings, earnings, and guidance, what we would be doing is we'd be turning off all of the other categories. So you would not be getting anything coming through your news feed with trade ideas, insider trades, exclusive. So anything that you turn on, you're turning everything else off. If you have nothing selected, you're getting every category. So those are the different categories, how to filter those out. If you come over here to sources, the two sources pre-selected are BZ Signals, BZ Wire. We also do have some partner news, so if you wanted a little more news coming through your feed, you could do so. Right under the word filters, you guys are seeing what the source is. So if we were to turn off the wire, we would see only partner news coming through, and if we were to turn off the partner news, we would only see these signals. So we're just going to go ahead and leave on the signals and the wire. And just so you guys know, the press releases and SEC filings is the raw information coming from either the SEC or the company. So if you wanted to have the press releases, you will see, you know, press releases and SEC filings, you will see how much more activity will be coming through your news feed. So, you know, this would be, you know, upwards towards probably 5,000 or 10,000 different headlines coming through your news feed each day. If you have the signals in the wire, you'd be looking at about 500 to 1,000 of the most actionable and most informative information in today's session. So after I select done, you see how many filters I have selected. You see I'm on my new filtered news feed tab. I can jump over to a different one. If I wanted to also do any type of searching, I could search, you know, very simply with keywords such as, you know, maybe gainers. And what I do is I have now each article that we have published about anything that has the word gainers. So it's going to have the you know, keyword search. So just a way to really jump around the platform. If you wanted to filter out your feed to only see options, you could just keyword in the word options, and there you go, you're only seeing option activity. So that is a way to jump around the news feed. I'm going to show you guys the calendars, and then quickly how to set up a watch list. Then we're going to take a deep dive into the details to show you guys the fund filings and how to pay attention to your favorite funds. So we just talked about the news feed. It's right there. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a quick calendar feature. We've added a lot of great updates to the calendar, as you guys can see. If we wanted to, by clicking calendar, our default will be today's earnings. So like I said, we are in the thick of earnings season. We have today's date. We have the aftermarket session. If we wanted to look at the pre-market, we could just click it right here, and it will resort it. We got the company symbol, what period that company is currently in, the confirmed date, the estimated, the surprise revenue, estimated revenue, and surprise revenue. So you have all that information right here. Say we wanted to jump over and see what Facebook's earnings, we will see that they just reported, and their projected earnings date coming up will be 7/26. It is an unconfirmed date, just by the, you know, the company has not confirmed that date. If we wanted to jump over to a different calendar, we would just select the word earnings, and it drops us down about 11 different calendars that all come with the Pro platform. So as we see here, we're on analyst ratings. Your Benzinga Pro platform will cover every single action or rating change that happens in the U.S. Equities. So if you, anytime there's a change in an upgrade or a downgrade, you can find it right here. It will show you who the analyst is, the company, etc. So right here on the Benzinga Pro platform, we do cover every single analyst rating change. We also do have conference calls right here. Most of them have a webcast link or the phone number that you can call in on and access to actually listen in on the company's conference call. Also, you see here we have the economic calendar, what is happening in today's economy. You can see what the country is, and then a little differentiator for the Pro platform. Our news desk and market intelligence team rates these on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most important of the type of event that it is and what it should do for the market. So if you see some 5s, you notice that that is some big information coming out. Also, you will notice if you right-click anywhere in the calendars, you can export this information. So if you wanted to jump over to earnings and you wanted to see all of the earnings that were scheduled for next week, you could just do so with selecting the date range. You will see the date range right there, and you will see the opportunity to export that. Did just get a great question that came in. Thank you, Emily. There is not directly a way to see the sediment, but what you can do right down here, you should see this chat for more insight. What this is only available on when you're on trial or when you're on the premium version. But what this does is this gives you direct access to our news desk. So if you wanted to pick up any sediment or possibly get a little more information, we do not have access to the analyst note itself, but we do have some notes on their actual report. So if you wanted to chat in, we jump over here to analyst ratings. You could see, for example, we see AT&T upgrades. We could chat in with our news desk and see if they had any more information on the AT&T upgrade that came out today. So right here, the chat with the Benzinga news desk is a great way to leverage all of Benzinga's network. We're a financial media company. We communicate with the sell side analysts, the large investment banks, analysts across the whole all different sectors every day. So you could get a little more color or a little more information by chatting in with these guys and leveraging their network just like it's yours. So leverage these guys like your own personal research team. Thanks, Emily. Please keep the questions coming. So, just wanted to quickly show you guys some of the calendar options here. And now if we just quickly jump over by selecting the watch list, you can create a new watch list by clicking the watch list icon, coming up here to the top right corner, clicking the plus sign, creating a name for the watch list, and then just starting to add symbols. So we add a symbol by typing it in, and it has to highlight in blue. That means we selected that security, and after we have a few, we will just hit create watch list. If I wanted to continue to add tickers, now that I am here, I could just type it in, hit enter, it's selected. I need to hit enter 2 times in order for it to populate right down here, and I have officially added GM to my watch list. If I wanted to remove GM from my watch list, I would just right click and remove GM from my watch list. By clicking the ticker, it jumps me over to the details page, and we are going to take a deeper dive of the details page very soon. But once again, you can enter the details page by just selecting that ticker symbol. So very simple. way to navigate around. Once again, you can export this information to a CSV or Excel sheet. You know, if you wanted to check out this as a daily digest, you know, today's highs, today's lows, you know, you can do so from here. If you wanted to change the name of your watch list, you could do so by just clicking the pencil. And if you wanted to delete this watch list, I will delete my test one. You would just hit the trash can and you have officially deleted that watch list. So after we made a watch list, we can jump over here to alerts. We can go to, we'll see that this is all the different categories set up. We can go to this watch list button. We will select a watch list and we can set up customized alerts, sound alerts for every time that ticker comes across your news feed. If you want to say you're not able to sit in front of the Pro platform all day and you wanted a real-time email on the news that was happening, you would just select this icon right here and you are getting real-time emails. Right down here, you guys should see daily email summary. Let me see if I can quickly pull one up. Unfortunately, it's not that easy for me. So what this is every day, twice a day, I get 2 emails. One pre-market around 7 a.m. and once at about 5:30. What it does is it tells me my top gainers that happened in the market session that day. If it's the end of the day email, it tells me about my top losers, and if there's any key headlines I missed on these symbols, it would put it right there in an easy to read email. And then the pre-market one that comes out about 7 a.m., it gives me a digest of what happened since that previous email and how to, you know, any actionable news that happened in the overnight session. All right, now we get to the good stuff, the details. So now that we are kind of showed you guys a quick overview of the Benzinga Pro platform, what I would like to do now is basically show you guys how the big boys are investing their money and what they're investing in. So you'll see here on the details page, there's 2 ways of getting there. You can either select this icon right here, or you can click this icon right here. The default to this is going to be Apple. So if we wanted to jump from Apple to say we'll just stick with Facebook, we could do so just by typing it in and hitting enter. So we see the company's breakdown of the individual security here on the details, and I actually have a special guest for you guys to come in and talk to you guys about why monitoring the fund holdings is important and why you guys should you know, pay attention to these things. So Mr. Luke Jacoby, could you please introduce yourself and tell us just a little bit about your background?
Yep, thanks Mike, and hello everyone. As he said, my name is Luke. I manage product over here at Benzinga, so I'm always you know, happy and lucky when I get a chance to talk to other people about some of the things that we're working on. You know, one of the more exciting features and a feature that we're getting a lot of feedback on from people is our fund holdings list. So this is the ability to search any fund that registers their holdings with the SEC and see which tickers they own, how much of the tickers they own, and very shortly we will be able to see change in each holding. So for example, I just pulled up the fund holdings screen for Pershing Square. That's Billy Ackman's holdings, and I can see exactly what his biggest positions are. So the first one, QSR, Quick Service Restaurants or Restaurant Brands International. You know, one of the things that I hear from people, and the reason why we built it based off of customer feedback, again, being from the product side, always try to go for building things that the customers are interested in, is that, you know, we want to know what the whales are doing. I want to know if Warren Buffett takes, you know, a $10 billion stake in Apple and now owns 1% of Apple. I want to know if this, biotech fund that has got an incredible track record, takes a position in some of these new biotech stocks. I want to replicate their portfolio. I want to trade against these funds. Bill Ackman's been out of luck for a while. I can pull this up and maybe open up a position against what he's doing and hedge it by going along with Carl Icahn's positions. So a really, really cool feature. We've got a lot of users that pay the, $2,200 a month for a Bloomberg terminal that were begging us, hey, if you add this coupled with your news that's, actionable and clean, I'm going to be a customer for life. So it's been very exciting getting this on here, and we've been seeing a lot of interactions with it.
Excellent. Thanks, Luke. And so one thing that you guys can do is you can come over here to your news feed. You can type in some keywords such as Form 4, 13Fs, and you can see these actual raw forms that these companies have to submit for when they're going to be doing any insider buying or selling those different stocks. So, just different ways that you can kind of follow these companies and see who's making the big plays, and then you can jump over here and kind of see the weight of their portfolio. So one that I know was kind of interesting, at least over here, was Berkshire Hathaway. They have a relatively large position in Wells Fargo, as you guys can see. So we see that they are, about $4 billion in Wells Fargo. We can go over here and search any Wells Fargo information, and we can see that Berkshire Hathaway here just reported that they were going to be selling off about $7 million in Wells Fargo. So that might seem like a lot of sell-off, but when you take a deeper look, you can see that he actually owns $3.5 billion of it. So it's really not that big of a sell-off. So Luke, what is that information telling us?
Yeah. Again, it's all relative, right? It gives the context behind what these whales, these hedge funds are doing. Like we saw a headline, I forget which fund it was, but it was a pretty notable fund that said that they were selling Apple, and everybody piled into it. The stock price got driven down. Oh man, this whale is out of it. Stock's falling out of favor. Turns out it was only about 1% of his holdings. At the end of the year filing, maybe he's doing it to cover tax, or he's got some redemptions. Who knows? But again, it's giving the context. It's the ability. Very shortly, we'll have the ability to look historically, so you can actually see over time how the positions changed. To build some sort of idea if they're becoming more or less bullish on the position over time. So again, just gotten a lot of great feedback and happy to share this feature.
Awesome. And so, yeah, once again, we are on the details page here. Another thing that we will be adding here shortly will be something similar to another tab right here. And you'll see overview news, chart financials, and also be able to see who's holding what percentage of Wells Fargo. So, it will be able to work both ways, very soon. And we have heard all of that feedback from you guys, from the users using the platform. And that is why we're building it out that way. So if you guys could picture yourself using this platform, but it just doesn't have this feature or that feature, let us know what those features are. And I think you guys will all be pretty amazed how fast we get those features developed and on the platform. So Luke, I gave him a really quick overview of the platform. I told him about the news feed. I guess what else, is something that is very powerful in the platform and able to utilize in order to make better investment decisions.
Yeah. Did you look at the calendar at all yet?
We touched on the calendar just a little bit as far as the different options, the earnings, you know, the different calendars that are available, but please tell our listeners where you were going.
Yeah. So, you know, in terms of the calendar feature, the way that I use it is to track the stocks that I own or I am watching. You know, I've always got a basket of stocks that I personally own, anywhere from 30 to maybe 50 securities. You know, and it's tough to keep track of when they're all reporting earnings. That's one of my biggest pains as an investor. You know, and so we built this calendar with that pain in mind, so investors can see, especially options traders can see, you know, when are my stocks reporting earnings. You know, so we saw Mike opened up the earnings calendar right now, which is what we're on. I can press this watch list button in the top right corner. I can select you know, a watch list or a couple watch lists, and I can see exactly when my stocks are reporting earnings. So, you know, today is the 9th. It looks like we've got a report for Target on the 17th, Costco on the 24th, Smuckers on the 8th of June. You know, so I've got a really clear snapshot. Okay, I don't need to move anything around in my portfolio. I don't need to put up any options hedges. It's too far out for me to make a volatility play, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Same thing can be said for dividends. I never want to sell a stock if I'm about to get paid on it. So I can take my watch list and sort it by X date. I can see exactly when all the companies that I own are going to be reporting. It's actually a ton right now. It's going to be a good cash out week, I guess.
Absolutely. You know, we pretty much have spent already a half hour with you guys, went through a lot of the key points we wanted to talk about. You know, before we let you guys go, if you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in, and we will answer those here in the last couple of minutes. I do want to remind everyone to please sign up for the Benzinga Pro platform. You can do so at the link that I did just drop into the chat. You know, and if you'd like a formal one-on-one walkthrough of the platform, we are here for that. You can find, you know, our support line right on the blank workspace. So feel free to give us a call. Tell us what you'd like to see. Tell us what you'd like to hear about, or tell us, you know, how you want to leverage the Pro platform you know, to help with your investment strategy. You know.
Yeah, and Mike, sorry, I hope you don't mind if I jump in really quick, but you know, I don't make it on a ton of webinars, and as a product guy, I always, you know, want to hear feedback. I want to continue to build, et cetera, et cetera. So of course, I'm happy to get any sort of you know, email or communication or chat with any of you about what we're building, what things are on the horizon. I'm just Luke@benzinga.com. So again, I'm more on the product side, but always happy to talk to traders and investors. I'm Luke, Luke, @benzinga.com.
And yes, we do have APIs as well, and you can check out our data playground, if you will, at cloud.benzinga.com. Feel free to check out that website. You will see all of our different data partners, as well as the different ways you can take in our data.